I've been lucky enough to visit schools with wonderful young singers like this for the last 3 years as National Ambassador for Singing with the National Singing Programme, or Sing Up. 90% of English primary schools are now enrolled in the programme, and as you can hear, group singing in primary schools is returning with a vengeance. But what happens when these children move on? How are our secondary schools doing with their singing?
People come in different sorts, la 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 la. Some have spots and some have warts, la 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 la.
We've been to 3 secondary schools across the UK that do have great singing. Guildford County, a mixed comprehensive in Guildford.
Open your eyes.
St Bonaventures, a Roman Catholic boys' secondary in the London borough of Newham.
Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see something inside so strong.
And this school near Liverpool. I'm here in Formby in Merseyside, and I hope I've come to the right place to find out the secrets of how to get your school singing. This is Formby High School. It's a specialist performing arts college, and I've come here to meet Steve Cook.
I know that I can make it, but you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You know that my pride was gone. Something inside so strong.
Steve has 6 choirs at the school. This is Midnight Voices, the school's senior choir, and one of the first he set up when he first came to the school 12 years ago.
I inherited a music department which had very little singing. So when I came, it was a very, very small department and with no choirs. And it's one of the things you can do to kind of get kids involved straight away. So we started a Year 7 choir straight away. I was a Year 7 form tutor at the time. So we had about 30, 40 little Year 7s singing kind of pop songs, for want of a better word.
There's a lot of competition for teenagers' time these days, so rule number 1 for getting young people to turn up to choir rehearsals would seem to be choosing repertoire which they enjoy and doesn't feel like it's been imposed from above. They need to feel that their tastes count. Jenny Sherwood, one of Steve's colleagues at Formby, leads a junior choir drawn from Year 7, 8 and 9.
Sometimes I'll ask the kids, you know, what do you want to sing? If I feel that choirs become a little bit dated or we're flagging, you know, with the same kind of repertoire, or if I feel that I'm not quite up to date with the charts, which sometimes can happen, the kids will actually approach me and then I'll say, well, you know, come on, tell me what you'd like to sing.
Let's bring the house down. Really want to hear you shouting more, more, more. Really want to hear some more. Everybody do your thing. Let's bring the house down.
When the kids come to me with a song that they would really like us to do in choir, and I'll go home and I'll find it, I'll listen to it, and quite often, more than not actually, I will arrange it myself.
Bring the house down, raise the roof and get on the floor. House down, raise the roof, get on. Let's bring the house down.
If you just go for things that you like, I think you're never going to work. That's never going to work. And so you have to think about who's performing and the context of the performance as well. I mean, when we choose repertoire for our younger students, it tends to be from a kind of a pop or kind of light kind of music theatre world, a bit of soul, that kind of stuff, but things that are really catchy, things that they know from the charts.
Let's bring the house down tonight. Mama, just kill the man. Put a gun against his head. Pull my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life has just begun, but now I'm gonna throw it all away.
We're working on Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. We're also working on Drop Drop Slow Tears, Orlando Gibbons. For Easter, We performed the Passion Chorale, J.S. Bach. We've done any amount of American gospel. They feel very comfortable singing that. Where gospel wins is there's a lot of repetition, and it has kind of shorter, repeated phrases built up into simple structures. And I think that's one of the reasons why the boys find it easier to access. But it's nice to challenge them as well.
We all wanted to do a Queen song, so Mr. Broadbent arranged Bohemian Rhapsody for the choir for us.
Open your mouth, use your body. Tenors and basses, here we go.
We've been working on it for a while, but because it's quite hard to pitch it, it takes us a long time to figure out what our parts are.
He's just a poor boy from a poor family, sparing his life from this monstrosity.
Obviously, working with the type of singers that we are, which are basically people who love singing but don't necessarily read music, it's quite difficult sometimes to get them to learn parts.
Bismillah, we will not let you go, will not let you go, will not let you, never let you go. No, 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 no.
Bohemian Rhapsody is a big, complex piece. There's a lot of repetition, learning by rote. Okay, they don't read music, but they actually have very strong oral skills, and they pick music up very quickly.
Anyway, the wind blows.
Tailoring your repertoire to your audience doesn't mean you can't introduce young singers to material that's outside their comfort zone. In Formby, Steve runs the popular Mundo Africa choir for older pupils. They're rehearsing for a charity concert in a local church tonight.
Formby isn't a very multicultural area in the slightest. It's just a very white, monocultural, middle-class area, really. And we've tried to do a lot to kind of raise kids' awareness of particularly Africa as a nation and kind of black history.
Fiela, 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 mañana. Fiela, mañana.
There's something about African music. It's very lively and there's loads of soul in it. The songs are beautiful in it because the harmonies and the way it's performed, it's just a really good feeling.
A lot of the arrangements are the kids' own arrangements, and they'll find recordings and bring them in and we'll work on them and try and transcribe them. And they do a lot of Ladysmith Black Mambazo music, a lot of stuff from the Lion King they like doing, a lot of just general folk songs that they might have found.
Caroline Gale at Guildford believes that singing regularly from year 7 onwards is crucial in getting your whole school to sing.
I like mountain bike riding, and I think most of the class likes mountain bike riding because we got the actions and we can all go like really crazy.
Gonna burn out the road till my wheels explode, and then I'll burn out the pavement too.
I started introducing singing as part of their every sort of music lesson, and it ended their lesson. So for the last 10 to 15 minutes, we would sing.
I'm on a beat machine, and she runs like a dream.
I really like it because it doesn't matter if you can't sing or if you can't dance or anything like that. You can just join in and do the actions and just sing.
It always feels right, I need to be out on the street.
My focus really was to ensure that everybody was equal and that they had fun, and that so that they went out of the lesson thinking, gosh, I enjoyed that, and hopefully came in to the lesson next time expecting to have fun at the end of the lesson. The culture of singing in year 7, 8 or 9 is exactly the same. When they come into the school now, they just know that they're going to sing.
Everyone does it, so there's no one to say, oh, it's not cool or anything, and everyone can just join in and have a good time.
Don't worry about a thing.
Jenny Dale teaches a GCSE music group at Guildford, and she finds that she really benefits from the work Caroline has done to build a strong singing culture in the school.
What's actually really nice about the singing is that I don't need to work too hard now to get them to sing and to demonstrate and to experience it themselves. 1, 2, 3, don't worry. Even the ones who aren't the fantastic singers, because of the grounding in the school, because they've been singing since year 7, can just hum a tune and know exactly what we're talking about. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds reach by my doorstep, singing sweet songs. I don't go into a lesson going, oh God, are they going to sing this now? I just think they're going to sing it no matter what.
This is my message to you.
Meanwhile, back in the classroom at Formby, these Year 8 students are writing their own songs as part of a unit on music theatre. But first, they're going to warm up their voices.
Easy money, easy game.
We start from as early as year 7 and, you know, all the way throughout Key Stage 3 and then into Key Stage 4 we'll continue the singing. We'll do general warm-ups or starter activities that might be quite unrelated to the work that we're doing in the class that day, or it can range to the musical theatre scheme of work in Year 8 where everything is kind of centred around singing and your own musical theatre song composition.
Stuck in a box with these chains.
We commissioned an opera a few years back that revolves around slavery and the slave trade. So we'll take that as our kind of main focus, and then we'll draw up activities such as composition tasks that rely heavily upon, you know, characterisation of the lyrics that they're going to write, and then how are they going to explore kind of performance possibilities for it.
It's a shame, shame, shame. We say it is such a shame, it's a shame, shame, shame for us to work. 1, 2, 3, go! Blessing and honor, glory and power, be unto the ancient of days. Lovely, I love that sound. From every nation, all of creation, bound for the ancient of days. Every time.
At St Bonaventures, this Year 7 group is rehearsing a hymn for assembly. It's clear that there are special issues around getting teenage boys to sing, and that what works for girls won't always work for boys.
You would imagine in a boys' school that it would be difficult to get boys to sing. But in many ways, I think it's probably easier to get boys to sing in a boys' school than it would be to get boys to sing in a mixed school.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I know so many, they're men now, older men, who they won't sing or they claim they can't sing because at some point somebody has dealt with them in an unskillful way and knocked their confidence. Particularly, you know, as their voices are dropping, the voice can crack and it can sound funny and you have no control over it.
I get nervous because, like, when I sing sometimes my voice, like, goes really weird, and then some other times it could be good, so you don't really know.
Like Charlie said, my voice kind of goes funny, and then I stop singing and then I get embarrassed.
People make judgments at that point and you know, unfortunately, then they stop singing. You stop singing as your voice breaks, you might never come back to it. So persevering with boys is crucial.
Getting teenage boys to throw off their inhibitions and express themselves through song doesn't happen overnight.
Best of all, I got my baby. Oh, best of all, I got my baby. She's my advisor, she's all mine, nothing's gonna bring me down.
At Guildford County School, the strong singing culture has made singing for boys so accepted and so popular that the school is bursting with groups and individual talent.
Our ukulele ensemble was born out of the boys' choir, and each boy in it presently also sings in the boys' choir.
I've got a nice guitar and tires in my car, and most of the means that's good for the sing. I'm out to the bathroom in the south. Got baby the chapel, the bed the tap. Got food in my belly and the rice from my telly. That's gonna bring me down.
I feel like everyone now, because of like all the choirs and everything, all the singing, everyone has the confidence to like sort of get together and sing. Like there's no one's like afraid to do their bit, and like so we can get the harmonies that we have.
They have lived within this culture, some of them for 5 years, and so they know what's expected of them. And for me, there is absolutely no ceiling on that expectation.
At Formby, some of the more confident older singers in Mundo Africa have been encouraged to become singing leaders, acting as role models to help younger pupils inside and outside the school to enjoy singing.
Dance to the rhythm, dance to the rhythm, sing to the rhythm.
A singing leader to me is someone who inspires younger students, such as like year 7, year 8.
It's so wide you can't get around it.
Singing leaders at Formby generally are more senior students. Kids who have got a little bit of spark about them, maybe a little bit of humour, and obviously got to be confident, have a bit of personality, and don't mind standing up in front of other people.
What I want you to do is right foot first, stamp, stamp, clap. Okay, now try turning around as you do it like this. Okay?
5, 6, 7, 8. Fiela, 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 wanyana.
In the middle of our workshop at the minute, we've got 3 tribes of people down the front, each one led by a chief from our GCSE or A-level groups. We're in the mid-performance, we've got 3 different songs going on, and we're going to try, if we can, to recreate the performance the kids saw a while ago in about 10 minutes' time.
Sing yay, 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 ungemi tandazo, ungemi tandazo, ungemi tandazo.
The Young Singing Leader programme works really well, particularly with the African stuff, because they know the songs quite well. The songs aren't particularly technical, even though the lyrics might be a little bit harder, but melodically they're quite catchy, quite easy to kind of teach.
Can you do that?
Doing a lot of quite simple songs or a lot of call and response, which is when we will sing something and they just have to immediately follow what we're singing, is normally the best way, because if they can hear us straight before, they don't have to concentrate on the words as much.
We've seen some fantastic work going on in these secondary schools, and clearly building that sort of quality takes a lot of time and effort. But for those of you who are starting from scratch to build great singing in your school, well, we've asked the teachers who took part in this programme for their top tips. Are you in good voice?
Yes, yeah.
Just go in there, get it started from year 7, and you'll find that they'll become accustomed to your way of teaching, and they'll know that singing is incorporated into the curriculum in a big way.
You need to start young. You need to start as soon as they come in. You need to make it the norm that most people sing, or all people sing.
Talk to the kids about what songs they want to sing. You know, there's always a song in the charts which is easily adaptable.
You have to pick your repertoire very carefully. You have to target students and invite them and be proactive.
You've got to be prepared for things not to work, but you have to equip yourself with a suit of armour, and you have to just assume it's going to work.
Role models are important, you know, getting people in and finding people on the staff in school who can help out.
What I'm saying is, I'm open to this. Come into my world, let's meet, let's have that inspiration, let's do it together. And so I think that's infectious.